welcome back to That Dad Guy. It is time once again for Stamp versus Stamp. That's my monthly collaboration with Snailmail with Smokey, where we get together, we do quirky little activities and challenges to try to make things just a little bit that harder, and we throw in a few stamps along the way. Sometimes we talk a lot about the stamps, sometimes we talk very little about the stamps, but you do get to see stamps in the video. So today's no different. We're going to have some sort of a challenge. I'm going to wait to hear from Smokey, see what that challenge is, and then we're going to get underway. So if you're new to my channel, make sure you like, you subscribe, you leave positive comments, you share with other people, and you put the notification bell on. And then what I want you to do is go over to Snailmail with Smokey's YouTube channel and do the exact same thing. Make sure you bump up his stuff, leave positive comments for him as well, and you're going to want to stay to the end of the video for both of them. There's a twist.
Well, Rob, it's time for Stamp versus Stamp once again, and it has been snowing the last couple of days here in Wisconsin. I know that you have snow in Moncton as well, so I'm really glad that we have decided to keep this scavenger hunt inside and not outside in the freezing cold and snow. So here's what I need you to do. I need you to go through your house, your basement, your garage, your attic, and find these 10 items. And when you find the 10 items, show them to us, and then pick a stamp that goes with those items. Oh yeah, and one more thing. Let's tell a story about each item that we've picked, but not just any story. Let's tell one story that's true and 9 that are not, and see if we can figure out which one's the true story. So here are the 9 items I want you to find. The first is a book. Number 2, a photograph. Number 3, a kitchen utensil. That's right, just any kitchen utensil that you fancy. Number 4, a shoe, or if you're like me, my shoes come in pairs. Number 5, a non-philatelic related collectible. So it can be anything that you collect that's not related to stamps. Number 6, a road map. I think those still exist. Number 7, I know you like to travel, so how about showing us some foreign currency? Number 8, how about a piece of sports equipment? Number 9, a tool. Any tool that you like. Pick one out and let's have a look at it. And for the 10th and final item, and I know this won't be hard. It may be hard for you to decide which one to pick, but show us a Lego set. All right, Rob, the scavenger hunt has begun. Happy hunting.
All right, Smokey, I'm really excited about this challenge, a scavenger hunt. Yeah, it is snowy outside. It is cold outside, so let's be inside. Last month, we were out running around in the cold. Let's be smarter than that. Let's stay inside. I like the idea. I've got my list here of the 10 items that you want me to find within my house. Luckily, the very first thing you asked me to find is a book. And we're in my library, so I should be able to find a book. I'm going to go over here to this section. I'm going to grab my flashlight just to have a quick look over here. I don't know if you can see it all right. The flashlight's not really working that strong. We'll put that back. But let's just pull this out. The very first thing I want to talk about, I mean, there's tons of books in here to look at, but Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. I know it has a different title in the United States, but in Canada and probably the rest of the world, it's the Philosopher's Stone. And this is an original copy. This is first edition Harry Potter. Very excited to get this. When Harry Potter first came out, I was one of those people that went to the bookstore, waited in line for it, and waited in line every other book that came out thereafter. Really love Harry Potter. There's a lot of books in the collection, but that is one of my favorites. But here's the stamp that I chose. It's an Alan stamp. It has a book on it. It's 1.75 kroner, I think is the currency on it. A beautiful older stamp. I don't have the Scott number for you. We're not going to get that detailed into it, but we're going to continue the scavenger hunt. We're going to go over here. The next thing he's got on the list is photo. Got my hammer here because I just finished putting this frame of photos back up on the wall. And you can see it's from a little while ago. We've got myself and my wife and Ari and Dea and our dog at the time, Paige. We were chosen by a local magazine. You know what a magazine is? That's when you put something in print on paper. Yeah, a local magazine, to be chosen as a family from the Maritimes. They did a black and white photo shoot of all of us. They had this really nice write-up about the family. And yeah, we were really honored to be selected to be in that magazine. All right, what's the next thing on the list? Item number 3. Oh yeah, and then as for photos, well, there's photos on every postage stamp. So I went with a camera. I want to show you why I went with that camera. That camera actually is in my house. We're gonna run downstairs. Run. Part of the scavenger hunt is you gotta find things. And so the particular stamp that I put on there was from Romania, and it has a camera like this on there. So I thought I would add that in. Now, third thing on the list, scavenger hunt. We gotta go. That's the fun thing about a scavenger hunt, is a kitchen utensil. All right, kitchen utensil. We'll go upstairs here, back into the kitchen. In the kitchen. So we'll go over here. There is this history book right there. And in that, I'm going to show you a ice cream scoop. Now, yeah, it's just an ice cream scoop, but it is really cool. It was handcrafted by my uncle, and I think he did a really good job. It's just 2 pieces of metal, handcrafted, really nice. He's an artist. I mean, uncle by marriage, that is, but yeah. Well, that's that one. And I picked this stamp from Finland. Came out in 2011. It's got all sorts of kitchen utensils on it. Seemed very appropriate. All right. Item number 4. He wants me to find a pair of shoes. Pair of shoes. All right. I'm going to run downstairs once again, because I think there's a pair of shoes that fits this stamp. This stamp is from Liechtenstein. Which way do we want to go? Let's go this way. And stamps from Liechtenstein. It's got a nice pair of wooden shoes on it. And we'll zip through here. Up here. Oh, how do we get it? I can see the shoes. They're up here, next to this funny hat. They're these wooden shoes. Now, my wife's grandfather's brother was young at the time, but escaped Holland wearing these shoes. So we still have them laying around here. A pair of them's up here next to this funny hat. So that's why I picked that stamp from Liechtenstein, because it had wooden shoes on it as well, or clogs, if you will. All right, what's the next thing he wants? He wants me to find a collectible that's not stamps. And I just happen to have right next to me this rack of DVDs and VHS tapes. Lots of really good ones here, including Goonies on VHS. I always love an adventure, whether it be Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, those sort of adventures. But Goonies is one of my all-time favorite 1980s movies. And so these are some collectibles. Not everybody has DVDs and VHSs anymore. And our collection was much greater than this, but we've pared it down because not very often you watch DVDs and VHS anymore. This particular collection was over 10,000 CDs and DVDs and VHS tapes, but we had a big flood in our last house and we lost almost all of them. So I'm glad we still got some of the originally ones, including Star Wars, the original before it got remastered. So no lights on the back of X-Wings and things like that. The original explosion of the Death Star. That's all on there. Pretty good collectible to have. All right, what does he want next? Okay, so I'm going with this stamp. Speaking of Harry Potter and collectibles, and it's Harry Potter on a Royal Mail stamp. That has the whole book series on it, so I'm just showing you this particular one. All right, number 6. He's asked me to find a road map. A road map. That is getting harder and harder to find these days. Whew. let's see here. We'll go back upstairs. And I think I have the right book. Was looking at it not too long ago. And it's over here. Right. Sit down here next to this handheld mirror. Let's get that out of the way. And Canadian Book of the Road. And of course you can go through by provinces, and it tells you routes to take. It also tells you some things you might find along the way. So if you're traveling, say, on the shores of the vast lake, so around here, it shows you some places you might go to along the way. Now this book came out, I don't remember who it came out by. It was Reader's Digest. That's who it came out by. Reader's Digest, Canadian Book of the Road. It sat on our coffee table growing up, along with a big map of the world. So anytime we wanted to check out a country, we could flip open this giant atlas that had all sorts of great details. When we were cleaning out my parents' house, when we were downsizing them to a nursing home, that book I saved. I didn't save the giant atlas because it took up way too much space. But that's the memory that particular book has for me, is that it used to be on my parents' coffee table all the time growing up. All right, number 8. Oh, what else do we have? Oh yeah, the stamp. The stamp of Colombia. I just did a video last week on Colombian stamps. So when I saw this stamp of Colombia with road maps on it, road designations on a map, I thought it was perfect for what we wanted to do today. All right, number 7, he's looking for foreign currency. You know what? Foreign currency. I'm going back to the basement again because I think I know where I left some foreign currency. While I'm doing that, I'm going to put this stamp up there. It shows currency of the United States. Well, I'm a Canadian, so that's foreign currency to me. So we are going to go this way. This is a real scavenger hunt. We're going through the whole house. We're finding some stuff. My wife said, don't show them all our clutter. Well, unfortunately, we've got clutter everywhere, so you're going to see it. So put my list down. Next to these suitcases, I have this pack of foreign currency. You know, right off the wall. There's the Bank of Guyana. I talked about Guyana not too long ago in a video too. And there's some money from Luxembourg. And some rupees. So there's some foreign currency. And you saw the stamp from the United States of foreign currency. And next to my suitcases, so when we travel, it's there. All right, number 8. He's asked me to find some sports equipment. Sports equipment. All right, I know where there's some sports equipment. I was just doing something with it not too long ago. We're gonna go back over this way, and I'll put up this particular stamp of Canada, and it's showing basketball because Canada invented basketball. Did you know that? When Mr. Naismith was working in Vermont, he cut the bottom of a peach basket off, started the game with getting the ball through the peach basket. That's how basketball started, by a gentleman from McGill University or Montreal who was working in Vermont at the time. So down here, next to this big map of Canada, I've got a tennis racket. And this is the tennis racket that my sister used when she played, I want to say professional, but not really professional tennis. She was in local tournaments, ranked here in the province. You've seen her on a few videos. But yeah, this is one of the wooden tennis rackets she used to use when she played tennis semi-professionally. All right, what's next on our list? Next on our list is a tool. A tool. All right. Well, I've got this stamp from 1978 from Portugal. I'll put that up on the up here so you can have a peek at it. Shows a bunch of different tools. My son works with a lot of tools right now because he's outside in construction. If you're wondering how I'm so quiet, I wear shoes in the house because of the plantar fasciitis that I had that kept me off work for a little while, a number of years back. So that's why I'm a little quiet when I'm walking around. Well, here I am back downstairs. where a lot of my tools are, because I like to do little construction projects. If you saw the little fort I built when we were on strike, I brought some tools in my tool bag and we did some of that. But I've got a number of really, tools that come that are older, that I have inherited from either my in-laws or my parents. And I have had an uncle that used to build houses, and we have some of his tools here. He used to build houses for Habitat for Humanity, but more from the base up. So I was lucky enough to get a few of his tools along the way. Oh, the last one he has here is a Lego set. I think I might just have a Lego set in my house. Now, I don't know if he wants me to pick a Lego set that is built or not built. If you look in this room, this is part of my Lego room. All across the top are my Winter Village Lego sets. There is the minifigure wall that I built. I've got bins of Lego in the background and parts. I have a Star Wars section of Lego over here. Some of you know this about me. There's Lego here. But my main area of Lego is in the room that I call the man cave. I've been going through here a lot. So you can see I've got Harry Potter and Ninjago, Pirates of the Caribbean, Lord of the Rings, and sets from when I was younger too, including the original Yellow Castle from my childhood. That is there. And then I've got some amazing stuff too upstairs. What Lego set does he really want? I think it's upstairs. That's the Lego set he wants me to find. That's the Lego set. Oh, you know what? I put down my list. I know this is number 10, so it's the last one on the scavenger hunt. But, you know what? Did you see this? I don't know if you did, because I didn't get close enough. Lego art. So you can see someone has a painting of a little bay or a thing. But if you get close enough, you can see that is a Lego boat out on the shore. So that's part of my Lego art that is down here too, to go along with some really nice art pieces that were from my wife's family's collection too. Because I used to live up north in the in the Northern Territories. What am I looking for? I'm looking for a Lego set. I'm looking for a Lego set. I'm looking for my favorite Lego sets. Millennium Falcon, Star Wars, Death Star, Star Wars. Gotta be my favorite Lego sets. Don't they? Well, I'm gonna show you this stamp. Actually, two stamps. This Beard Meats Food on the TV. Because that's what I watch a lot of. Beard Meats Food. It is great. So there's a plug for him. Not that he needs a get a plug from me. I need a plug from him is what I need. But yeah, these are the last two stamps I have to show you. They're from Switzerland. Great Lego sets on them. Not in my collection. Maybe they should be. I don't know. But yeah, that's the scavenger hunt. Those are the 10 stories that I told you along the way. Did you figure out which one was true? If not, you're going to have to watch Snailmail with Smokey's video, and I'll tell you which one it was. See if you're right. That was a lot of fun running around the house trying to find the 10 different things that Smokey asked me to find, part of our scavenger hunt. Yeah. Did you catch the lies that I was telling? Or am I a great storyteller that you just ate it all up? I don't know. You probably caught on to the things that I was making up and the things that were true. The one thing that was true. There was a lot of lies in there. You don't know what that says about me if you thought that I was a great liar. But it was a lot of fun running around the house and finding a few things. And if you've watched Smokey's video, maybe you even caught on to some of the things that I was doing in the video along the way. Did you catch that? Smokey, did you catch that when you watched? Oh, tried to be a little subtle, not always subtle. Well, it was a lot of fun. Make sure you are liking and subscribing both of our channels. Leave us positive comments. I've said this before. the more you guys give us positive feedback, I'm sure the more we're going to do this. We've been doing this for over a year now, having a great time doing it. Always looking for new ways to come up with ideas to show you stamps. Yeah, this time I didn't tell you a whole lot about the stamps. I just put some up there. None of the stamps we ever show are all that expensive, so they're easy enough to add to your collections if you'd like to. And we're going to do it again. And if you've got a suggestion for what we should do, leave it in the comments. We'll take it into consideration next month when we're looking at what to do for stamp versus stamp. Have a magical week. What, Polo? You say like, subscribe, share, and tell all your friends?
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?
Bye. Well, now that you've watched all of Rob's video and hopefully all of my video, it's time for me to tell you which story that goes with these items was the truth. So, remember me telling you that these shoes are the ones that I bought and wore to my wedding? Yeah, not true. I wore cowboy boots at our wedding. This mirror, yeah, not really any significance. We bought it recently at Walmart. Now this is a history book about the life of Martin Luther, but it wasn't given to me by a seminary professor. It was given to me by a church member. The tiny hammer, yeah, it's tiny, but believe it or not, it's pretty useful. And I bought it for myself. It come in a rather nice set of tools. So, have you guessed it? Which story is true? Well, it's time to find out. This one is true. We had a New Year's Eve party at my home. We had some church friends over and had a really good night playing games. And one of the ladies at my church needed a pair of reading glasses. And so I loaned her a pair of mine because I got one in like every room of the house, sometimes more than one. And when she left, where the reading glasses were, was this. So, lost a pair of reading glasses, gained a groovy headband / hat that I can wear for the rest of the year. Probably not going to do it, but I could. So, that was the true story. Hope you enjoyed this video. Rob, thank you as always for collaborating. This was a fun one.